Welcome to the Class is Permanent podcast. We are here, episode 9. This is our first episode here in the big 2026. Fun one here for you. How we doing today, fellas?
Amazing. It's 2026. The birds are chirping, so snow squalls are gone. And I didn't get stuck in a parking garage overnight.
That was oddly specific. Did somebody get stuck in a parking garage overnight?
No, not me.
All right, Owen, happy New Year. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year. I expect big things from 2026. Got a lot of plans, got a lot of resolutions, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Yep.
But yeah, had a good 2025, but 2026 is going to be, I heard they're saying it's going to be generational, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, we're bringing 2016 back. Good episode here for us.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I love 2016.
You better prep for the summer.
Summer of 2016 was nuts.
It was generational, as they would say. Good episode here ahead of us, right? Pucc is going to break down a little bit for AFCON again, our Pucc's AFCON corner. We're going to talk some of the big news. Maresca's left Chelsea, so we have a nice segment on that. We have our 2026 predictions. Big year ahead of us. We have some resolutions to go over, weekend preview, and of course the Footy 501. Let's jump right into it. Away we go. Alrighty, fellas. I mean, honestly, today's footy sucked. Absolutely sucked. There's not much to talk about in the games.
I found it interesting. I watched Sunderland City, and I was hooked. That game was back and forth. I don't know if you saw that one. Oh, no, because Tottenham was playing at the same time.
Yeah, I was damned to watching Tottenham.
It was a 0-0, but it was actually very entertaining. Sunderland in the first half was doing a really good job pressing City. City would get out of the press, attack. Sunderland would get the ball back, run right down the field. And then the second half, it was just a classic City onslaught, but Sunderland held the fort down and ended up with a draw. That might have also just been because I was rooting so heavily for Sunderland to get a draw.
Your demons.
For the title race. But yeah, no, I think they officially are demon stamped, in my opinion, Sunderland. I know I said I would give it to them depending on how they do with all the players in AFCON, and so far they haven't missed a beat. So I think they're demons.
All right, that's a demon stamp. So I think I called them demons a little bit earlier. You told me they weren't. I'm not gonna kill you on that, but fair enough. We're not gonna talk about the Tottenham game. They are just honestly, I don't. There's teams that play poorly, and then there's like what we watch every week. It's just like I don't know what they do during the week. I don't understand. Like, what do you do at training? Like, you don't even have, like, you can't connect 5 passes. RG Gray played the 10. Like, what are we doing?
Do you think Thomas Frank is big on team cohesion? So they just do like team like training where they like go around the room and name 2 truths and a lie and like try and get to know each other better. We like week in, week out instead of going to the pitch. Because that's what it looks like. It looks like they like Frank is sitting there and he's like, oh man, I have guys Porro and Bergvall yelling at each other on the pitch, Romero storming off, Spence not high-fiving me after the game. I think what we need is maybe like, it's like the Ted Lasso episode where they go into the sewers, like a team field trip. Do you think like the past couple of weeks they've been doing more like team bonding instead of actual on the pitch stuff? And now it's like, oh, these guys look like more of a team, but they play less like a team because they don't train.
Yeah, I don't know. Owen, any thoughts on the game? I don't even know what to say about it.
Yeah, no, I've yet again I'm stumped and have shockingly few thoughts on the game. I said before we recorded, I think it's just the most boring team in soccer. Not only are we bad, but it's just miserable to watch. It's really torturous. Terrible. We're going into 2026, and it's looking like another terrible year to be a Spurs fan. So all is right.
Yeah, you know, that's how you know it's going to be an okay year, right? Like the world's not burning down. Fair enough.
Real quick,
yes,
are we just
Pucc.
going to skate past the idea that there was one team that beat a team on an 11-game win streak earlier this week? Or
Who did
we're
that?
just going to the The Mighty Arse.
Oh, you're talking about 2025. Okay, no problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, let's go back to 2025. You're good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's rewind a bit. Let's do a
Yeah,
year in
living
review.
in the past, Pucc.
Yep.
Pucc Chelsea.
Yeah, what a game. What a game. Oh, did you guys watch or no?
No, I didn't watch that. It was 2025. I'm in
You
2026.
guys missed a generational Emi Martinez mental breakdown at the end of the game. He's walking down the tunnel and all the Arsenal fans are chanting at him like wanker, all this stuff. And he's literally being held back by two of the coaches because he's trying to go at fans walking down the tunnel. Like he's just yelling at the fans, your shit. Like
Wait, that's
it was
awesome.
he had a mental breakdown because he played so bad in the game. He first of all, he was time wasting within the first minute of the game. Like he just had a full on shitter. He let in the first goal. Yeah, Arsenal, they said we couldn't score more than one goal in a game, and we scored 4.
Congrats.
We got a couple extra goals off our back. I think XG had us at 4.28.
It's good you brought up the XG.
Yeah, I made that up too, by the way.
Yeah,
I had
you
zero clue what the
definitely did.
XG was.
You definitely did. Yeah, I guess congrats, Pucc. If you want to keep
Thanks.
talking about 2025, actually, Barca won the league all the way back in about May. So that was super cool. How far back do we want to go?
We can go back to like 03 when Arsenal went undefeated.
See, living in the past, Pucc.
I'm willing to go as far back as you want. We can go back to the start of the game in general, in the
Anyway.
1800s.
We don't have time for that. Anyway, obviously some big news here, right? As I think we may have mentioned it a little bit earlier this past episode, Enzo Maresca, I'm going to say walks away from Chelsea. I think that's the right verbiage there. That obviously developed very quickly. Seems like he's upset with the board. Pucc will talk a little bit about that, but he's linked to the Man City job when Pep leaves. That was something that was rumored. Now it seems like this is actually making me think that Pep's going to leave at the end of this year. It just feels a little weird. Like he's linked to the job, but he's not going to wait 2 years, right? He's not going to wait 3 years. So I don't know. That'd be kind of weird.
I don't know. I could see him waiting. I can see him basically sitting there and being like, all right, I can go back to be on Pep's staff right now, work under him for a year, really increase my ball knowledge. Like, obviously, he's a really smart guy in general. He won 2 trophies with a top European side. But with that being said, like, he's not the best manager in the world. That's Pep. And when you have the ability to learn under the best manager in the world, even if it's for a year, you take that. And I could see him going back like in a few weeks to City, being on the coaching staff and learning for a year and a half under Pep, really honing in on his skills. That way it's also an easier transition. Because if he waits, like you said, now you're out of football for like a year and a half. If Pep doesn't leave this summer, he's out of football for a year and a half. And I'm sure those conversations are being had with Pep, as we've found out. He's had 2 talks with City in the last few months. So the conversations have been had. There's, I think, more to the story in terms of when the timeline of Pep leaving than the public knows, whether that's sooner, like this summer or next summer. Maresca knows, City knows, and Pep knows when he's going to hang up the boots or like leave City. So they know more than us. I have to think that he knows, like, hey, I'm going to take this job anyway. And I also think, I mean, I just want to say, in terms of us, we're not wrong. We're just early. We called this a few weeks ago with Maresca's dip. Like he the 3 years as a manager, he always dips in December. We called that out a few weeks ago.
Midresca.
Yeah, Midresca.
Pucresca.
And Pucresca. That's actually a good one. But yeah, no, I think the whole situation, I think, rests on Chelsea's side. I think their PR machine right now is turning, basically saying, from the reports that I read, that they felt like he was going to leave. They felt like he wanted more control. My thing is, and I'll let you jump in, Hiri, but my thing is, Chelsea want a yes man way too much.
Yeah,
they want a guy,
clear.
And like it's like I've watched videos on this today from Chelsea fans, from people outside, from reporters, just really trying to like learn as much about the situation as I can to give like a true, fair, Arsenal fan bias towards it, and it just feels like they're trying to find a manager that is not like a well-known guy, so like not like a Tuchel, not like, I don't know, like a Nagelsmann, where it's like they're gonna have so much influence and kind of like, hey,
Right.
we're offering you an opportunity, like Maresca. Hey, you're at Leicester. We'll offer you the opportunity to manage a big six side, but you have to do it our way. It's our way or the highway. And then once
Yeah.
Maresca gets his feet under him and he's like, okay, I think I can figure this out on my own. It's like, okay, I want an experienced center back, which I feel like everybody in world football knew that was a missing piece for them in the summer. It's like they just have such a young team. You want like a good established center back for that back line, especially after Levi Colwill goes down. And Chelsea are like, that's not how we do things. We're not going after that. Okay. There's reports coming out that he has to pick players, like agents of players, or like to the board, like, you promised us X amount of playing time. How come that's happening? And I've seen like a lot of Chelsea fans on Twitter basically being like, why is Neto playing so much in the past couple of games? Like, he hasn't been playing well, all of this stuff. And then reports like that are coming out, and you're like, well, now I can kind of piece it together. Like, he probably doesn't want Neto to play, but like he's kind of being told like you have to play Neto. There's also like the medical staff part, where apparently that's what he was talking about a few weeks ago, where he's like, it's been the worst 48 hours of my life as a Chelsea manager. And
Yeah, I
that's
remember that.
because, yeah, he like wants like certain players to play X amount, like to play more, play less. And it's like, well, the medical staff, it's like full autonomy. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we're telling you Cole Palmer can only play 60 minutes in this game if you want to play him for 3 games this week, instead of it being fully Maresca's decision to be like, I want to play him 90 for the next 2 games. Like,
Right, right,
it
right.
it just feels like it's run like a business and not a football club, which for the ownership group is great. Like, it's like, okay, we're going to run this like a business. Like, I think everybody's noticed that with their transfer policy, but like with all this information coming out in the last 24 hours, you're kind of sitting there and you're like, oh, they're running it down to the nitty gritty like a business instead of a football club. Like,
Yeah.
it's not really his, like, nothing really feels like it's in his hands. And it makes sense with who they're rumored with. Like, as their next manager, I saw was the Strasbourg manager, which is obviously in the Blue Co group, but also a guy who, before he got the Strasbourg job, was managing at Hull City in League One. So it's like
Hmm.
another guy where they're going to bring into Chelsea, and it's like, if he goes there, and it's like, well, we're giving you this opportunity to manage a massive club in England. Like,
Right.
you're going to do what I say. And then I guarantee you in 2 years, mark it down, he's going to sit there and he's going to be like, hey, I want an established striker. And the board is going to be like, no, we told you that's not how this goes. And it's just going to be rinse and repeat every 2 years until they kind of figure out that football isn't a business, it's a sport. Like, there's
Yeah.
the business side and then the sporting side. They can't overlap. Like, you can't treat the sport like a business, and you can't treat the business like a sport.
Yeah, I totally agree with pretty much everything you said there. It does seem like they are, and my best comparison is like the Yankees.
Yeah.
When they hired Aaron Boone, a lot of people are like, "Oh, why are they hiring this guy?" And it's just because Joe Girardi had too much power towards the end of where he was like kind of arguing and had enough equity and credibility, or I guess like equity to be able to like veto decisions. And the GM, those kind of above him, president of baseball operations, things like that, like they just were not with it. So it feels like the same thing here in Maresca. They want him to. It seems like there was a lot of things like you mentioned with like playtime, who has to play, what do we have to do, what's the goal. Supposedly, there was a player that Bournemouth was interested in, and he was forced to play them against Bournemouth. So Bournemouth could almost see like a trial, so that way they could sell him and get his value up. So it's like shit like that, which is just so unprofessional at the end of the day. Like that's not a condition to work under. There's always going to be some type of goals and such. I remember seeing when I was working in a front office, like they would show at the beginning of the year, like we do have goals and like we want a U21 player to play 60% of the minutes this year, right? Like there was goals like that, but it wasn't like so this guy needs to play this guy needs to do this, and last game of the season, like you have to do this. It was just more so like this is kind of how we want to line up and like our goals and like how we want to structure our team. But there's obviously crazies to all that. All I'm saying is my boy, everyone was like, Oh, Araujo. He went to Jerusalem after the game. Chelsea broke him. Who broke who? That's my captain. My
Windy
captain.
fingers.
What's going on in Jerusalem? Ronald Araujo returned, by the way, to practice this week. A hero's return. Barca players were very supportive of him. And then all of a sudden, Chelsea's downfall begins. I don't know. So to the Chelsea fans, congrats. You beat Barca in that one game where Pedri was hurt. Lamine was kind of banged up. We got a red card. Congrats. They haven't won a game since. That's not true. But they haven't played well since.
Yeah.
And I don't think Estevao has scored or assisted since. So, Fraudavao. Yeah, we'll leave it there. That's going to be something interesting to see, like who ends up taking that Chelsea job. I mean, it seems like it is going to be the Strasbourg manager, because it seemed like I saw rumors a week or two ago before kind of like this stuff blew up that there was like, oh, Chelsea have a lot of interest in him as a future, keeping him in the group. So that makes sense.
And it's crazy because, like, in the initial report, it's like, it literally says they are not interested in Glasner. That's like the top guy you should be interested in.
Did it say they're not interested, or did it say that?
It said they have basically no, like, Ornstein said they have no interest in him.
I read that
like,
wrong.
Literally,
I thought
in
it
like,
was that they were like that he wasn't a option.
Yeah, like, I legitimately think it was like, I mean, it's the second paragraph of a report. Now, I don't know if that's because Glasner sat there and said, like, I'm not interested, or if it's Chelsea basically coming out and saying, like, we aren't interested.
Yep.
But either way, that's the guy who I'm calling right now. Like, I'm calling him and basically being like, hey, do you want to come manage us? Like,
ironically, this is a job. If you're Xavi Hernandez, it's probably a good fit too. And he's supposedly a candidate because you have so much youth talent, but and you know that they're going to spend money. I don't know. I feel like
but they're not. The issue is they're not going to spend money on the right people.
That's true.
That's true. Like they're going to spend money on like 15 teenagers from South America who are just trying to feed their families. Like, and they're not going to be spent. It's not going to be like, oh, what do we need? We need an experienced center back. Well, Bastoni, Schlotterbeck, those guys might be available this summer. Actually, let's go for the 16-year-old Costa Rican who in 5 years may be good, and if not, we could put him in. We could pay, or Aston Villa will pay us like 20 mil for him. Like it's like stuff like that where it's like that's their model. Like, and I think this is a massive wake-up call for Chelsea fans to basically be like, listen, you either gotta like be a full PR mouthpiece for the ownership group at this point where you're like fully in and you're like, we may never lift a major trophy again, because realistically, like, I don't know if they'll actually spend the money the correct way to get the important pieces in there, or they have to turn their back on the ownership group and be like, this isn't how a football club is run. I don't know.
Yeah. We talked about it a couple of episodes with Jev, right? Like, just it's like weirdly run. Like the club is just run weirdly, where it's like, I get it if I'm probably like a sporting director, or owner of the group.
They got two. They have two sporting directors.
Yeah. Like that's my point. What? That's even weird. Whatever. This is.
It to me, so like it starts with, and we were talking off the pod earlier about this. Their ownership group is Clearlake and then Todd Bowley, basically. And Clearlake is run by, I'm gonna mess up his name, Eggball. I definitely messed that up.
It's like cornball.
Yeah, well, that's what he is.
His name is Bedad Egbali.
Thank you. Egbali. I think I messed that up again. Anyway,
try one more time.
Nope.
Bali. Try it.
Bali.
Yeah, I don't know if that's right, but
yeah. He's basically the one that ran out now Maresca. They apparently have had a broken relationship for months. Ran out Pochettino and Tuchel because he wants it run in a certain way. I guarantee you, if it was just Bowley running this club, they would be in Aston Villa's spot in the Prem. They'd be in the top 8 in the Champions League. Like, because that guy wants to, like, he's the owner of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He will do whatever he wants to win. The Clearlake Group, I don't think they're a private equity firm.
Yeah, they're doing things differently.
Yeah, private equity firms, what they're meant to do is, like, get the value of an asset up and then sell off.
Right.
Like
100%.
And like that's that's not what you lose money on a sports team. Like the value of a team goes up, but like month in, month out, you're not making money.
Right,
But
right,
when
right.
you decide to sell, that's when you make the money. So
Yeah.
like I think the problems are it just feels like from the very top, it's a divided idea of what they want to do from an outsider's perspective. Because I don't want all the Chelsea fans getting on to me being like, you don't know, that's not what it's like. Okay, cool. I'm just telling you what it looks like from an outsider's perspective. It just looks
Why are
like
you so
two
scared of
different.
him? Why are you so
I'm not
scared?
scared of them.
You were
We're
so scared.
boys.
I don't
We
want the
we
Chelsea
fought in
fans.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
We
Pooch
fought in
Chelsea.
Copenhagen
Pooch
together.
Chelsea. Pooch
We
Chelsea.
fought in Copenhagen together.
Bro, you're so
No,
scared
but
of
like,
them.
but like
No,
basically,
sir, please.
I just feel like it's split into two kind of mindsets on how to run a club. Like, and I don't think that's good for the long term for them.
I agree with that. I do agree with that wholeheartedly, Pooch. So, all right, let's move on. Let's move away from Chelsea. You guys know I don't like
Thank
talking about
God.
Chelsea that much. Real quick transfer news. Sad news for Tottenham. Our BJs have now been transferred to Crystal Palace.
No more BJ for you.
No more BJs for us. He always used to be good when you get like an early morning BJ.
Yeah.
He used to just score like that 7 a.m. game. He loved a nice goal. And you just get it.
And the games where they played Forest, where it's like you got a BJ and then Morning Wood, like like
that was good, Pooch. Well done.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Brennan Johnson, and I'm only talking about him because he's obviously a Spurs player here that's transferring. I one of the bigger Spurs accounts I follow, he had a good point. He's like, he is like a kind of a cult hero. He scored if you want to call it scored, he is credited for the goal that won the Europa League. He's had some big moments for Tottenham, like goal scoring moments, but really at the end of the day, like he's just the most limited player on earth. When we signed him, it's like, oh, okay, he's a young, promising winger who plays inside and scores. The dude can't beat his man. Like he has no skill moves. He has no bag. He's got pace. And then, like, he has a nose for goal. I'll give him that. He finds himself in really good positions to score, especially on, like, crosses, low-driven type of opportunities. I'm not trying to call him a tap-in merchant, but, like, he puts himself in really good positions. That being said, I think he's going to do well at Palace. But, like, it's actually kind of refreshing, and maybe Owen can agree with this. It's actually refreshing to see, like, Tottenham move like a serious club. Because in past years, this is a guy who would just continue to sit on our bench until we had to lose him for free, or we sold him for like nothing. We already took a loss on him. I think we just sold him for, I think 30. It was definitely 30. It may have been 35 million. Usually we'd take like an even bigger loss, or like he would be just completely down goods. You know what I mean? Like he would just be completely ass. So it's nice to see him moving that way. It also looks like Manor Solomon, who, you know, is kind of, I'll say has had an unfortunate luck of the draw, because he was showing some promise, but because of political things, like nobody wants him at their club. And I can understand why. He hasn't also been the best and the most politically correct speaker when it comes to those things. So I can see why people don't want him. We won't jump into all that, but it looks like he's going to Fiorentina, which is interesting because they're bottom of the table. So is Fabio Paratici.
I think that's a great move for Fiorentina for the fact of they just need something like an uplift, and I think he'll give them a good uplift in terms of making sure that they stay out of a relegation fight.
Yeah, it's funny because Spurs sporting director Fabio Paratici, so he is right now moving to Fiorentina. So he just negotiated a deal with himself. Like he legitimately just negotiated a deal with himself.
Awesome. I love that.
He just brought Manor Solomon with him, which is sad because Paratici was our war criminal, but now he's not anymore. Pucc, an exciting one. I'm starting to see some news about Salah potentially to Roma. It would be in the summer is when they'd want to sign him, but I don't know. Any thoughts there? Any validity?
I don't want Mohamed Salah on my team again. He was already on Roma. I loved him then. But at this point, I don't think I want a 34-year-old Mohamed Salah compared to like a 26 or 25-year-old one when we had him before.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would also prefer a 25 or 26-year-old Mohamed Salah instead of the washed version. I mean, I'm more excited about the Rasparini news. That we're trying to Raspadori, sorry. That we're trying to get him. You wrote it down. You wrote it on the paper and you said it.
I'm not good with names. You should know this by now.
Okay, go on.
He's linked right now with a loan move to us with the option to buy from Atletico. And I think I said this a couple of weeks ago when we were talking Roma footy, that my biggest thing right now is they don't have enough in the attack. Like I
Yeah.
mentioned, I was like, I would love Tammy Abraham back. Like, and obviously we're not going to get him back, but like that's what we're missing. So to add him, somebody who he's trying to make the Italian national team, like they have this weird thing on that team with like 4 or 5 guys that they don't know if they're the guy for to be a striker in the World Cup, if they make it or not. I think it's a good move for both parties. For him, he gets to be in like a title race in Serie A and will probably be the starting striker. And if he does well, he's the starting striker in the World Cup if they make it. So it's like I think it's a win-win for him and us. So I'm excited about that move more than any future Mohamed Salah moves.
All right, that's fair enough. There was another one I had here. Oh, Tati Castellanos. Actually, you wrote this here. To West Ham for 29 million euros. Tati Castellanos, NYCFC legend, who then went on loan to Girona, scored 4 against Real Madrid, and then from there got his move to, I think, Lazio, and then now he's moving to West Ham. I actually like that move. He is not a kind of like when it comes to Brendan Johnson. Like Tati Castellanos is very talented, but he's also limited in the fact like he's a little bit of a shorter striker. He could score, but like he is not this like he's not going to change West Ham. Right, I think he could become a reliable scorer, but I don't think he's like a world beater. So I think it's a good move for them, but I wouldn't expect like for those who remember him in the MLS killing it, I wouldn't expect him over at West Ham to now like, well, you're going to see similar production. But I could be wrong. I mean, he scored 4 against Real Madrid. Like that does say something.
Yeah, it's such a tough move because West Ham have a history of not being good at identifying striker talent.
Exactly.
You could go back Haller, Skamaka, Fulkrug, like
Yep.
literally name any striker. Like the only ones that work are the English ones. Like Callum Wilson has had a decent time at West Ham. Antonio, before he got in the car accident, had a good time.
Yeah.
Good run at West Ham. Like, so it's one of those where I think in theory it works, but then again, in my head, I thought Skamaka would work. I thought Haller would work. I thought Fulkrug would work. Like, I thought all of these guys would work there, and they just haven't. So it's one of those. It's also so interesting because they are in 18th right now, and Leeds keep racking up points. Forest has come alive under Dyche, so they're falling behind. So to spend 29 million on Tati Castellanos, which is a position that they need striker, but then at the same time you're like, well, we have to be thinking in the back of our heads, like if we get relegated, like he's not going to be in the championship. Like he's going to say like, screw this.
Right. And
I'd
29
rather
mil's a
go
lot.
to like, yeah, exactly. Like, so you're spending that 6 months out. Like they have to think that they have enough, but there's also like, and we're getting into sort of the transfer rumor part of it with January, but there's the impending, like I'm seeing a lot of smoke around Jared Bowen leaving.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he would leave in January, but like if they get
That'd be
relegated,
crazy.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, if he's if they're relegated, he's 100%. That's a guy that is like on his day is actually probably in the England squad. On his day, right? Like he's one of the better options, especially in a position that I think they can use, right? Like a winger type of profile, wide midfielder. They have a lot of, we've talked about in the past, like of a lot of certain positions where I think they could probably use a little help out wide. It would be weird for him to leave right now in the sense like, well, if you can't do it on a relegation West Ham, like where are you going to do it?
Yeah.
I don't, in the sense of like, you're getting all the minutes, you are the focal point. Went like, where else are you going to do it, buddy? Is that all you got on West Ham? If not, I'm going to move on one more.
Yeah.
And then the final piece of news that came out that was kind of interesting, actually 2 pieces just regarding Barcelona. Number 1 was kind of exciting. João Cancelo is definitely coming back to Europe, which I think he's just a fun player to always have in Europe. And supposedly Inter and Barca are the 2 teams really looking at him. We'll see what happens there. And then the other one that kind of scares me is Barca apparently made contacts with Vlahovic from Juventus. Yeah, Pucc is shaking his head, and that's like all Barca fans. I can understand the allure of his profile, big striker, but this dude is missing sitters in Turin, and then on top of it, like I think this year is 3 goals, like 3 goals so far in the campaign. I do not want this dude. So that's another one to watch. I don't know. It's just very strange. We get like the news comes out that's like, all right, Barca looking like at these 3 players. And you're like, let's go, good players, like we like them. And then like 2 minutes later, like Barca have made contact with this guy, and you're like, that is like so far the worst option possible. And you guys like, what made you divert? Like, what made us divert? But yeah, that's a little bit of our transfer window is obviously going to heat up here. It's literally day 1, so a couple of smaller moves went through, but wanted to make sure we at least touched on those. Pucc, talk me through AFCON here, brother. We had some big news in the AFCON.
AFCON, I mean, it basically went how I thought it would go, especially Group F, the group of death. So it was Ivory Coast 4 points, Cameroon on 4 points, Mozambique on 3 points, and then Gabon on 0 points. To start the day. About 25 minutes into the games, we had Cameroon on 7 points because they're beating Mozambique. Gabon is up 2-0 on Ivory Coast. So now Ivory Coast is sitting there at 4 points. Mozambique and Gabon are both on 3. It ended up with Ivory Coast winning as they scored 2 goals in the 90th minute plus to win the game. So they've topped the group. And then Cameroon won. Mozambique finished in 3rd. And Gabon did not make it out. Now, interesting on Gabon, they've had a lot of fallout after.
I've been seeing this, and I didn't look into any of it because I was like, I'm talking to Pucc tonight. I was like, let's get into it. Tell me what's going on here. They dissolved the team.
Yeah. So after the second game, when they were 0-2 and it basically looked like they have to play Ivory Coast last game. Like, what happened was Aubameyang basically said, I'm leaving. Like, he's left the camp. Like, he was like, now, Aubameyang does have a history as an Arsenal fan. I can remember he has a history of sometimes just dipping out. Like, just kind of being like, all right, I'm gone. But he checked out of the Gabon camp. The president of the FA came out and was like, he is banished from ever playing for Gabon again. They stripped him of the captaincy. Like, so like Aubameyang will never play for Gabon again.
Pucc did quotes for those that didn't see. Quote fingers.
We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But so like he was out. And then they almost beat Ivory Coast. They ended up losing 3-2. But then after, the government dismissed the entire FA. So like they just said, yeah, there's no more Gabon FA. Like the FA's gone. They fired the entire coaching staff. Like, so right now Gabon has no national like football federation, or at least nobody running it. It's like one of those where like the president, the vice, literally everybody important in the FA, they basically dismissed, and they're going to create a brand new FA. So like it's serious backlash in Gabon for this performance, because granted they were in the group of death, but they weren't expected to not win a single game. Like they were expecting like, okay, we're going to beat Mozambique and we'll probably draw one of Ivory Coast or Cameroon. We'll be on 4 points and get out of the group stage, whether that's in 2nd or 3rd place. And they just lost every single one. So it just is kind of just utter chaos in Gabon right now for the FA, which is, it's AFCON. But the round of 16 is kicking off January 3rd, so this weekend. Like a couple of games that are going to be like real markers. The first one is on Jan 6, and it's between Algeria and DR Congo. DR Congo, I expected to be going deeper into this tournament, like making maybe a semifinals run.
Owens DR Congo.
Yeah, and that's a tough matchup for the round of 16 for them. Like that's one of those matchups where you're like, our tournament could end right here. So that one's going to be a dog fight. Also South Africa, they were once again another one of these teams where coming into the tournament people were discussing like, oh, they could go pretty deep. They have to play Cameroon in the round of 16. That's a really tough matchup. You then have Ivory Coast playing Burkina Faso, who Ivory Coast should win. But Burkina Faso is not a team where it's going to be like 4-0 and you're going to be like, we just rolled over into the quarters easy. And then Egypt, Benin, I think Benin has the ability to upset Egypt. Now it's any tournament with knockout, like one-off games. Like if the underdog shows up on that day, they can slay Goliath. But if people are looking at like upsets, I would say probably the Burkina Faso and Benin in that section against Ivory Coast and Egypt would be the 2 games where I'm sitting there and I'm like, this has the potential to be 2 upsets right here. The rest is like basically like Morocco plays Tanzania. That's a win. Mozambique's had a fun tournament, but I think Nigeria rolls them over. And then Senegal plays Sudan, which once again, Sudan, I did not expect to reach the round of 16. So to them, this is a great tournament, but Senegal's about to put BTA.
Senegal, BTA, Pucc.
Senegal BTA.
I appreciate that. A little
Yeah.
AFCON breakdown. People are liking the AFCON breakdown. You know, I think it's a tournament that a lot of people usually overlook. And the fact that you are not just giving us games and scores, but actually giving us a lot of the background and, like, for instance, with what's going on with Gabon here and them being, I guess, just dissolving everything is the way to say it. I mean, it's actually been exciting. It's been fun to watch. It's a little stressful, just hearing some of the shit they do, but that's AFCON.
And guess what?
Yes, sir.
I'm right with all this stuff. I told you in last week's cheeky tenor. I said, hey, Senegal, Benin, gonna be a bunch of cards over 3.5, 6 cards. Like there's certain team. It's a really fun tournament. I think the U.S. should pick up the rights to this tournament so I don't have to watch on random guy's Twitter where it's just a black screen with like Arabic over it as they try and play, or guys recording their TV on Twitter, letting me watch, so I don't have to pay like $15 for a service that I'm only going to use for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, if people at Fox are listening, people at NBC, people at, I don't know, ESPN are listening, pick up the rights to the AFCON tournament.
It's like, AFCON, man.
Let us watch AFCON in the US.
That's what I've been saying for a long time.
Years. You've been saying
I've been saying that for years.
Since I met you in the summer of 2016. Great summer.
Aye. Alrighty, Pucc. We have a fun segment here. Let's jump into some 2026 predictions. We have a lot of predictions here, so I don't want us to get like overly like analytical about each.
I won't. I'm going right off the dome. Right off the dome piece.
We're gonna go each top 5 league winner from this point, the UCL winner, World Cup winner, and then our Ballon d'Or winner. I think we just start with each top 5 league winner. Let's start with Serie A. For me, I'm torn between Inter and Napoli. I'm rocking with Inter. I'm going to take Inter here. What are you thinking, Pucc?
I'm rocking with Roma.
Wow. To win the league.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have the manager, we have the defense, we have the midfield. We were just missing that striker. We're going to bring him in.
Okay.
And you're going to see a Roma side that you haven't seen since early De Rossi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just De Rossi. All right.
I love De Rossi. He's my favorite.
I know. You brought him up in almost every episode.
I know. I love him so much. If I could be his son and have like an ounce of his talent, I think that's what I would change my life to. Some people, they sit there, they're like, oh, I want to be white boy of the year, Timothy Chalamet. Oh, I want to be so funny. Oh, I want to be like dating the hottest girls in the world. No, I just want to be De Rossi's child.
Honestly, I think this just brought up from earlier, talking West Ham, you mentioned Mikel Antonio. That's like my dad's favorite footballer all time. He'd every now and then just be watching a game and it would be West Ham and he'd be like, I love this guy. And it's just Mikel Antonio. And I was like, what do you like about him? He's like, he's just big. And I'm like, all right. Sorry, I can't be Mikel Antonio, Dad. That's more of actually a you problem than a me problem that you did this. All right, Pucc, who's your Bundesliga winner? I'm going basic.
Munich.
I'm just going to go
They haven't
Bayern.
lost this year, so.
Yeah, keep it easy. La Liga, Pucc, where are we going?
Barcelona.
There you go, Pucc. I'm also on Barcelona.
I told you I'm a Barca fan.
Hey, that was your first test. That's all. I just had to see where your loyalties lie. Prem Pucc.
Man City.
Pucc.
Man City.
Pucc. Is that your prediction?
Man City. That's my prediction. Man City.
Not Arsenal?
Arsenal are serial bottlers. They bottle everything. They won't win it.
You know what? You're right, Pucc. I'm taking Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'll take Arsenal for you.
Yeah.
This is the year, right?
No, it's City's year.
I wrote Man City down.
Pep's farewell. Yeah. They're winning it.
There's
right. No shot that
I'm sticking with Man City only because I'm going to write Arsenal here. Arsenal are going to potentially win, and then I'm going to look like, that actually look like a ball number. Oh, and what do we think? How can I troll Pucc the best here? Do I write Arsenal or do I write Man City?
I think if you go all in for Arsenal, and then all year you're going to be talking about how great Arsenal looks and how they're totally going to bring it home.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Listen, I would be okay with that. I can't lose here. I pick City. I support Arsenal. I can't lose unless Villa wins. But we all know how that's gonna go. 4-1. Hold that, you fucking snake, Martinez. Sorry. I'll pull it back.
All right, I wrote Arsenal down. All right, League. I'm taking
League.
I'm taking Paris.
Vivier Deschamps.
Paul Pogba.
Antoine Griezmann.
Oh, Gris Boom. Dimitri Payet. Samuel Umtiti. Why are those two players? Did we do that? Anyway, I did PSG here. Who do you got?
I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've looked at the league table in about a month and a half, and I'm looking right now. I didn't realize Lens is first. That's crazy. Give me PSG.
Yeah. Pucc was waiting for that one. All right, Pucc. Who's winning the Champions League here?
Ooh, Champions League. It's a tough one. I actually want to say Arsenal because I think Arsenal are better set up for against European competition the way that they're currently structured than they are the Premier League. But I'm nervous because Liverpool, they're basically having the same season that Liverpool had last year, where they're starting to build a bit of a gap in the Premier League, going deep into like the League Cup.
Yeah.
And they're top of the table, not really giving up goals in the Champions League. It's very similar to Liverpool last year. So with that being said, I'm going to say Bayern Munich.
Bayern. Wow. I put Barca.
Well, of course you did.
What do you mean? Of course I did.
You're a Barca fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barca, are they not good?
No, they're okay.
Okay. We'll see.
I'm a Barca fan too.
I'll see you in May.
Well, we're not going to be there. I just said Bayern Munich.
Well, no, you'll be there. You're a Barca fan. You'll be at... All right.
I'll be at the Camp Nou.
The Spotify Camp Nou to you. All right. Let's cup winner here, Pucc. This is probably something we could have waited on, but I don't know. Let's have some fun. Like, just gut reaction here.
France.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to go, obviously, Spain. It's kind of nice, like, when Spain's, like, good, because I could just say shit like, I think they're going to win the World Cup, and I'm not, like, biased.
Yeah.
You know, some years I say it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm being biased. This one's going to be fun. Ballon d'Or winner.
So, realistic, I think Haaland will be the best player in the world this year.
Okay.
But obviously it's a World Cup year, so the Ballon d'Or winner will go to the best player of the leading nation. So since I just said France, I think Mbappe wins his first.
You and I kind of thought the same way.
Yeah, but I think Haaland, it's going to be one of those years where it's like, man, Haaland gets like 70, 80 goals in all comps. And you're like, this guy just had an incredible run all year.
Right, he
but
gets
it's
like
like
robbed.
It's going to be like the Lewandowski year where like they give him like a bullshit trophy and be like, hey, you were like the greatest scorer this year or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Messi gets the Ballon d'Or. I think it's going to be something like that where Mbappe gets it.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking too, because I just kind of went right off of World Cup vibes, and obviously my prediction Spain to win the whole thing. So if Spain's gonna, if in this case, I think Lamine Yamal, obviously at that point probably wins best player on that team. The other player,
Orzabal?
No, not Orzabal. If he makes this cup, the other thing I'm thinking though is I'm like, you know, World Cups are weird. Like Lamine Yamal could be really instrumental, but someone like Pedri can have like 4 assists and a goal. You know what I mean? Like, and kind of win the MVP and also be the Champions League winner with Barca or something. So that's why I'm like, I almost want to take, no, what am I talking? It's Lamine Yamal. What I have like completely like psyched myself out.
And we're sure Igor Aspas has no chance. Ice Spice has no chance.
Iago, yes. He's unfortunately out of this running. Maybe Ferran Torres, Ballon d'Or winner after he Golden Boot. Thoughts?
Or Nico Williams.
Could be. That's a snake. If we're talking snakes, he's a snake. All right. So we have some early predictions here. I think that's fun. Something for us to track on. I mean, let's go. We're rooting for Arsenal to win the Prem. Let's go.
We are.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. We are also going to do another little segment called Resolution. So Pucc listed 5 teams. I listed 5 teams. We're going to go on the fly here, and we are going to see give each other resolutions for the teams each one of us names. I'm going to start first. I'll start easy. Nice softball for you, Pucc. Arsenal, what's their resolution for 2026?
Win silverware, win something. Could be a Carabao
Okay.
Cup, could be the Champions League, just win a trophy.
Win a trophy.
I think that's what this team needs more than anything, is just to get their hands on silverware and see what that feels like.
Okay.
Like, it's all well and good winning a friendly community shield
Yeah.
every other year, but like to actually put in the work of winning a tournament, winning a league, and being like, man, we actually can do. It's like a mentality, like, oh,
Yeah.
even if it's something as small as the Carabao Cup, like, shit, okay, this is what it feels like to win a trophy, to have all of the fans be hyped up, like. They just need a trophy, so
Okay.
that's win silverware.
I like that. You want to give me one here?
Yeah, let me pull it up. Celta Vigo.
Celta Vigo. Ooh. Consistency. I think Celta Vigo wants to stay consistent, stay in the top European. Oh, yeah. Okay. Snaps. There you go, Pucc. Stay in the European spots. I think they still are in the European spots. And yeah, just continue building. They are, although they're in 7th, so they're like right outside of it. Oh my God. It's actually 28 points to 23 though. So they gotta find some consistency. Like I said, they're 5-8-4 in the league. So they're kind of all over the place. A lot of draws. You know what? Maybe it's not fine consistency. Maybe it's like, it's fine. We'll say fine consistency. Get themselves back in Europe and competing on that level. All right, Pucc, another softball here for you. Roma.
I would say score more goals.
Okay.
Score more. They have a great defense. They need to score more goals. Like if Ranieri, who's like kind of the sporting director now, is like sitting there and he comes in this morning, January 1st, and he has a whiteboard in front of him and it's New Year's resolutions in Italian. I don't know what that translation would be, but we're translating to English. The number one thing you see is we need to score more goals. Like they just don't score. So
we'll make it sound more like resolutionist. We're gonna make it sound like Roma's like a chick who is like, this is the year I find my husband, find your dream man, because you guys are looking for a 9.
That's a great one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because we're looking for a 9. That's great.
You say Celta Vigo. I'll say instead of finding consistency, I'll say like level up. Like they're trying to like level up.
Yeah,
level up. Then Arsenal, what do you want for win a trophy? Maybe I don't know, what would it be? It's like
finish the job. Score.
Okay.
No, because score is like a soccer thing.
yeah. All right, that's good for Roma though. Give me the next one here.
Barcelona.
Ooh, Barcelona is a little bit like Arsenal in this case, because like they're trying to. The Champions League is now like the big thing, right?
Do they need a? Okay, go.
I was gonna say
I have one in my head.
I was gonna say like tackle the big one. Like I don't know how like to. I don't know. What did you have for it? I'm trying to think of a good way to phrase this.
I was gonna say they need to be like Bruce Springsteen and recapture the glory days.
Ooh, I like that. That's very good. Oh, I was gonna say summer 2016. Live like it's summer 2016, but they won the Champions League summer 2015. Damn, that would have been awesome. I like that. All right, ready, Pucc, for your next one?
Yeah, Gabon.
I have a good one for it.
Gabon's an interesting one. They need to be like the Phoenix and rise from the ashes.
Wow.
Of this AFCON.
Rise from the ashes. That was pretty deep, Pucc.
Yeah. I mean, they literally burnt it down. And at this point, they just need to rise from the ashes.
That's hilarious. I was going to say for Gabon, I was actually going to say something along the lines of like, lock in. Yeah, that's good. Rise from the ashes. But all right, give me one. What's next?
All right. Chelsea.
Dude. Ooh, Chelsea. Their resolution. Chelsea's they got to focus on themselves. They just got to focus on themselves in 2026.
A little me time. Their resolution is me time.
A little me time. Yeah, they need to like really lock in and focus on themselves. Pucc, you're gonna like this one. Castle.
Oh, dude. Newcastle. Newcastle need to get they need to be less like an emu and more like a lion.
Why did emu come? What?
Because don't emus stick their heads in the sand?
When you're usually good with this type of stuff. Is that true?
You're our animal guy, Owen.
Yeah, right. Let me just think real quick. I'm just thinking, just kind of racking my brain. No, emus do not stick their head in the sand.
What animals do?
We're asking a lot of questions. Maybe, I don't know, like crabs like bury themselves in the sand sometimes.
Yeah, okay. That's a good one.
A flounder.
Flounder. They gotta be less like a flounder and more like a lion.
Or
Okay.
shark. maybe we could stick to the water.
Nah, because the shark makes him sound too intimidating.
Okay, fair enough.
The king of the
They-
jungle.
No, because right now they're like burying their heads in the sand, like nothing's wrong. We're still gonna like make Europe, like we're in the Champions League. When they just got to be a lion and fire their head coach, bring in a new head coach.
Maybe
They need
Maresca.
maybe Maresca. They need to get a new sporting. Like something. They just need whole new transfer policy. Figure out what they want to be. They're like they got bipolar disorder right now. They don't know what they are.
They got to break up with their boyfriend, get a new group of friends, get a
Yep.
new
Yep.
job. They kind of
Yes.
need to reset.
Move to like South
They
Dakota, live
maybe
in the mountains.
so they're like kind of like Chelsea. Like Chelsea needs to like some me time. I think Newcastle needs to find themselves, or like
Yeah.
like refine themselves. You know what I mean? They gotta
They need to
quit.
find their identity.
Ooh, that's true. There it is. Good job, Pucc. All right, give me another club here, Pucc. Let's wrap this one up.
Isn't this 4?
Yeah,
Como.
but yeah, Como. Como. Let's see. Oh, and you can help me with Como. Como league table.
I got a good one.
Yeah, where do we begin with our boys in blue?
Como. I mean, they're 7-6-3 in the league, man. What is a good way to say like they need to just like they gotta like get results. They can't keep They gotta take more risks, man. Like Como, they gotta. I don't know. Oh, what do we think?
Yeah, I mean, I think their problem has been showing up in the big moments.
Yes.
As of late, they've lost to the Romas, they've lost to the Inters, and I don't think it's because they're a lesser team. I just think it's got to be a mental roadblock that they kind of got to overcome because they're in this upper tier of the league right now, and they just got to start acting like it.
Yeah. Ooh, that's okay. They gotta find their self-worth. They gotta find their self-worth. They gotta be more confident.
I got a good one for Como too.
What is it?
They got to keep their shoddy.
Nico
They
Paz.
no Cesc Fabregas.
Okay, fair.
As much as I hate Fabregas, he's an exceptional manager, like a new up and coming manager, and I'm sure this summer they're going to be getting like a ton of inquiries about him, like for big clubs. Because
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of a deficiency currently
Maybe
in terms
Chelsea.
of top end managers, maybe Chelsea. So I think they got to keep their shoddy. They got a 10. They're like a 6. Like they're clearly out of their like it's out of their league. Like he's out of their league, and it's like they got to do whatever they can to keep their shoddy.
Is Fabregas a bigger Arsenal legend or Barcelona legend?
Arsenal than Barca, I feel like. If I had to rank it, I would probably say I would probably go Chelsea 1, Spain 2, Arsenal 3, Barcelona 4. Yeah, I think if I'm being honest, like, didn't he win a Champions League and a league title with Chelsea? I could be getting that wrong, but he definitely won a league title with them.
Yeah, he won a league. I don't think he won the Champions League because they only won 2 Champions Leagues. They won 2012.
Then scratch that. Then
Yeah.
scratch that. I'm gonna say Arsenal, Spain, Chelsea, Barcelona.
Wow, in that order.
Yeah, because now like he was on the undefeated Arsenal side. He won I think another league title with Arsenal. He captained Arsenal for a couple of years at a young age. Spain, he did a really good job being in that side. Chelsea, he helped them win a Prem. And then Barcelona is a bit like Spain to me, but like he won their first ever World Cup with Spain. Meanwhile, at Barcelona, it's like you have all of these other fantastic, better players than him around him.
He didn't get much of. He was good, but he wasn't like changing anything. He was just great off the bench and another option, but super. I don't want to say unnecessary, but like we would have survived.
He wasn't. It wasn't like a messy signing where you're like, our entire team is better. Like we just upped a whole other level.
All right, I was just curious there. Okay, so you put him as an Arsenal legend first. Interesting. Even though you hate him,
I didn't want to, but then when you think about it, you're like, yeah. But like also he snaked us, so maybe I do put Spain 1, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 3. But also it wasn't fully. We could get into this in the summer when we have more time.
An Arsenal legend, man, that you say you hate. This guy, and he took Man City to one league this year, no problem. Pucc Chelsea. Anyway, Pucc's last team here, Leeds. Tell me how Leeds are doing, Pucc. Yeah, give me a resolution for Leeds.
My resolution for Leeds is hang on. Like legitimately, they're in such a good spot right now, but it's like hang on to the steering wheel because like the
Ooh.
last couple of months are gonna be a whirlwind. There's gonna be down periods where you're like, we may get relegated. There's gonna be up periods like they're in right now where they're like, oh, we're just having points after points. Like it's gonna be a roller coaster. They're driving 80. They see the clouds in the distance. It looks like it's going to be a tornado. They're
Mhm.
trying to get home. They're trying to hide in that bunker in the basement. Like
Wow.
they're just trying to arrive safely. They're just trying to stay up, trying to get safety. So it's hang on for now.
Okay. You really got in depth there about that tornado. You like saw it coming.
I've been watching a lot of natural disaster docs recently. And
Okay.
Ethan, your
We've been
last
watching
team.
Spurs too. So.
Yeah.
Your last team.
Why did you freeze?
What do you mean?
You're good. You could just say what you have to say.
Is Tottenham.
Tottenham, their resolution?
Yeah.
Man, Tottenham just needs to like, they need a what's it called? A makeover, man. Tottenham needs to like go get in the gym. They got to focus on their fitness and like they got to go do a makeover. They got to figure out who they are. You know what I mean? Like they got to get themselves in shape.
Get ready with me.
No, they definitely don't have to do get ready with me. But yeah, Tottenham needs to go like on a little bit of like an ayahuasca trip and just like figure out who they are at their core. I don't know. Maybe fire Thomas Frank. Maybe that's a resolution, or maybe it's rock with Thomas Frank. I don't know. But yeah, Tottenham just need to get out of my life. That's what they need to do. Transparently. All right, that was fun. We did some resolutions. Pucc, you have any resolutions for yourself? Any personal ones that we should talk about?
Probably fix whatever is wrong with my shoulder. That's probably number one.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you?
Oh, what don't I have as a resolution? You know, all the basic ones, right? Like get in better shape. You know,
I have one for you.
Yeah, sure. What's that, Pucc?
Read more books and documentaries on football hooliganism.
Okay, I could. That sounds like something I'd be interested in. I appreciate that.
I got a good book for you and the listeners. Among the Thugs, one of the best hooligan books ever written. I've been pushing this on a lot of people over the past months. It's a great book. It's a great read. I think you should read it. It's a good entry point into learning about football hooliganism in England, especially in the late 80s, early 90s.
You know, Pucc, I think this year my one of my resolutions is just read a book. I think if I could read one book,
that's a good one.
Just reading one book this year would like really change my life. Maybe I'd become a words guy.
Well, let's hope so. Because
one of my other resolutions for this podcast is for us to get over 100 followers. So that's something that we've been pushing it word of mouth. We've been trying to grow naturally. It's time to maybe get a little steroid. So this is, if you made it this far into the episode, you have a special task. I need you to go out, and I need everybody who's listened so far just to go and send it to a friend. Tell them to follow the account, follow the pod. Give the fellas a go. We're growing pretty well. You know, we have some friends on TikTok who've been enjoying us, which is kind of interesting that we're starting to get people that like we actually might not know who are starting to listen because, you know, I feel like usually when we're talking, I'm like, oh, whatever. Like my friends are just going to text me about this after. But there might be people out there that are like, no, they're going to take us very seriously. And we are not serious people, Pucc. So it's a little nerve wracking, but it's fun. All right. That's enough on 2026. Let's move into this weekend, a little weekend preview, and then we have our little betting game going back and forth. Pucc, which games are you looking forward to? Let's just start with that before we get into the betting. Any games that are jumping off the page to you?
City Chelsea for one.
Yeah, big one.
I think that will be a good one. Man U versus Leeds, I think will be an interesting one. I feel like Man U so far this year is really up and down. They have moments where you're like, that's a top 4 side. And then they have moments where you're like, that's a team that should be fighting relegate. Like they are literally so up and down. And like I said, for Leeds, it's hanging on to dear life. We also have Serie A starting back up. And La Liga, like all the main leagues starting back up. Monaco Lyon, I think will be a nice one.
Yeah, that'll be a good
game.
game.
Yeah. Celta Vigo, Valencia. Yep.
You want me to jump in here a little bit? You need some help on La Liga?
No. I'm fully aware of the rivalry between Celta Vigo and Valencia.
There's a big game as well. Barcelona versus Espanyol. Espanyol.
Yeah, rivalry game.
So that'll be a fun one. Barca usually just kicks their shit in anyway.
Atalanta, Roma. I
Yeah,
believe
that'll be good.
it's Gasparini's first time going back. So that should be an interesting one. And then I think Tottenham Sunderland's a good game.
Yeah, I had Tottenham Sunderland as one of my picks here, but after watching Sunderland today, like it is crazy just how much of a better team they are than Tottenham at this moment. You know,
Mhm.
like a team that's like, what is this? The first time, is it 10 years since they've been in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Right? Give or take. Like,
No, yeah. I mean,
Ju-
technically 9, but like whatever, 10.
yeah, like 9 years they spent, and usually when you spend like that, it just never goes well the way they did.
Mhm.
And like it worked. Their team is partially at AFCON. Doesn't matter. They're performing at City. That is what it is. Yeah.
Real quick, Sunderland's owner is like cousins with Elaine from Seinfeld.
Okay. Well, I mean, Julia Louis Dreyfuss, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I think her family is like, isn't her father like extremely, isn't he Richard Dreyfuss? He's like really, really rich and famous.
I got zero clue. I just found that
Yeah.
out like a few weeks ago, and I was trying to find a time to mention that on the podcast, and that was the time.
Maybe, her father's not Richard Dreyfuss. I'm sorry. Julia Louis. We're going to dive into Julia Louis Dreyfuss. There's like something with, her father's like Gerard Louis Dreyfuss, who's this like French American businessman. He's like, his estimated net worth is 3.4 billion.
So she's a Nepo baby.
Yes, exactly. So that's why it doesn't surprise me, is my point there with what you're talking about. Just like the family has money. It's kind of like, was it Rooney Mara? Right, Rooney Mara is the actress who's obviously related to the Giants and to the Steelers.
But hey, JLD, if you're listening, what's up? Let's hang out.
Pucc just shot his shot to Julia Louis Dreyfuss, hand up in the air. He said, "What's up?" Okay, Pucc.
If you're listening, JLD, if you're listening right now,
yeah,
what's up?
Shoot your shot, Pucc. All right.
You ever have Milburn Deli before?
Oh, you ever have Milburn Deli before? Okay, Pucc.
Yep.
Pucc, act like Owen is JLD. Shoot your shot at her real quick.
Yo, JLD. Yo, JLD.
Yo.
Do I have to be JLD?
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I'm not going to be JLD.
I don't even know what she'd say to Pucc. She'd probably be uncomfortable from the jump and walk away.
All right. Restart.
If you walk up to JLD in your headphones and you're swaying with your dislocated shoulder, I think she has security.
I would rip my sling off immediately. I'd be like,
hey, yo.
I'd start doing push-ups on the sidewalk. Anyway.
You don't think that would make her more uncomfortable?
End action. Yo, JLD.
Hello.
What's up?
See, and this is where she'd already be 4 feet in the opposite direction.
Why are you blushing?
This is
rattled right now.
This is a moment I've been waiting for a long time. It's just not, the execution of it's been different than I imagined.
Wait, time out. Is this Owen saying that or JLD? Because if it's JLD saying this is the moment I've been waiting for a long time, I feel like that's a win for me.
Which maybe you were more similar than you originally thought.
Who, me and JLD?
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
I'm not cutting any of that. That was awesome.
We flew off the handle on that one.
First episode 2026, we had Pucc shoot his shot at Owen, like just straight up.
Wait, I thought that was JLD.
It was, but it was actually Owen. We was actually Owen the whole time.
For people not watching, Owen did a face morphing thing where he turned into Julia Louis Dreyfuss. So I was super confused.
Yeah, Owen's always playing his little tricks on us.
So getting back into the games, there's one last game. It's the Paris Derby, PSG versus Paris FC.
Oh yeah. Their stadiums are literally like across the street from
next
each other,
to
right?
each other. Yeah. So I think that one should be a fun one I might put that one on. That's 2:45 on Sunday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's actually really nice. That's a fun one. You just like check in. I just need to see the pregame, and then you check the score every now and then. And if Paris FC scores, you just what do we know where it is? Is it?
I mean, they're
in
next
Paris.
to each other. So
it's in Paris. That's fair. Very.
It's at PSG.
It is at PSG. Okay, I was going to say if it was at the other stadium,
Paris
it's just
FC.
Yeah, it is funny if for those that don't know, look up the two stadiums. They're literally like they're the closest I think I've ever seen. Honestly, that like Merseyside used to be like super close. This is even closer. All right, cool. There's some big ones. I think another good one too, if you're looking for something a little different, Real Madrid versus Betis. Betis are always just a strong squad, and again, Real Madrid this year is so dramatic and up and down. Like that'll probably be a fun game there too. Also, unrelated. I don't know if you guys saw this. Do you guys see what happened to Hector Fort? Clearly not.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never heard of that man before in my life.
Okay.
But he sounds like a general in the Civil War.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. So
what
Hector,
nationality is he?
He's Spaniard.
No way. That's cap.
He's La Masia. So he's a La Masia right back that he played for Barca the past year or two, just like getting minutes here and there. They sent him on loan to Elche, and he's been actually in terrific form, like really good form. He ends up scoring, I guess, the last game he played. And then this guy whose name is Noble Mendy, Fort scored and kind of like ran by him. And as he ran by him, Noble Mendy like threw his shoulder into him, knocked him down, dislocated his shoulder. He's out for 2 months. So fuck Noble Mendy. Fraud. You're not noble. I just thought I needed to share that on the airwaves. All right, let's jump into this, Pucc. You start here. What's your over?
My over this week is Arsenal Bournemouth over 2.5 goals at -155. Arsenal are going to try and get their lick back from last year. I think they now have all of their attackers back.
Okay.
So they have a full-fledged attack. Last game was the first game that we saw their full-fledged attack this season. Like literally every single attacker is healthy. And they put 4 past the team in third place.
Yeah.
Bournemouth has been kind of up and down recently. I think we'll just overpower them. And the way Arsenal's been going, they're prone to give up 1 goal. So I could see this as like a 3-1 game.
Okay. Very nice there. Just run me through what you got here. Give me your under.
Yeah. My under is Leeds versus United, under 2.5 goals at -105. I think once again, Leeds are going to they're going to get a DCL goal, 1-0 in like the 26th minute. And then I think either United will score a goal in like the 70th or something like that, or won't score.
Okay.
So I think it'll be a low scoring game there. My favorite is City over Chelsea at -160. I think it'll be a tight game because I think the Chelsea players will be up for it. Their manager just left. They're gonna kind of be like, what the heck? Like, there's all these links with him and City. Like, he kind of mailed it in the past couple of there's just so much turmoil that I think they'll be up for it. But on the flip end, City just drew Sunderland, and I think that game's on a Sunday and the Arsenal game's on a Saturday, so they'll know the result of the Arsenal game, whether it's, hey, we win this, we're 1 point behind them, or if we lose, we're 7 points behind them now. So, like, either way, them playing second they're going to be pushing on to either close the gap or keep the gap the same. Like, I just think they're going to be trying to win that one. So that's there. And then my underdog is Palace over Newcastle, +390. Newcastle, besides the last Premier League game, I think have been shambolic. Palace, I know that they're kind of in disarray. Not disarray, they're just not as kind of well maintained right now. It's the January window. There's going to be all these rumors about Gahey, about Glasner. But I do think they're kind of shoring up the one position. I think there are two position groups that they really need to, in the January window, like reinforce. And one was that attacking group, and I think they just did that with Brennan Johnson. And then the other is center backs. I think Chris Richards is out for a few more weeks. We don't know the status of Gahey, but like mentally, is he just gone? Is he still there? Like, that would be playing on his mind. So I think they need another center back. But with all that being said, I think they pull through and beat Newcastle. So
okay, fair enough. I like that. All right, let me run you through here for my over. I'm actually going to take the Paris Derby. Once you brought it up to me, I thought that was a good one. Over 3.5, and the big reason I'm thinking there is just these Derby games, like, they just kind of break open, and I see it 2 ways. I see like PSG just destroying them and just calling it a day, or just the fans. The first time this game, I think this is the first time this game is being played. Right?
Yeah.
The first time this game's being played just feels like a crazy one. So I like that. I'm actually going to take Crystal Palace versus Newcastle as my under. I see this as two teams, kind of like a lot of what you just said. I see this as two teams who are both trying to kind of get themselves back on track. There's a lot of like different noise around them, and I see them both being very solid defensively. And the over-under's 2.5, which I wish it was 3.5. I'll take 2.5. I can see it being like a 1-0 game or like a 1-1 draw, and both teams just being like, we're not gonna, like, this isn't gonna be a 4-4 game. I just don't see that. And like we said, Crystal Palace has been struggling a little bit in the attack. Newcastle, I feel like, only have Woltmade up front. Favorite, we're going Bell to Ass, Barcelona over Espanyol. That's easy. Not to mention, it is Joan Garcia, our starting goalkeeper's first time back at Espanyol, and I think they said, like, we've prepared things to make his life horrible here, yada, yada, yada. That feels like Barcelona 6-0 with Lamine dancing, and you know what I mean? Like, it just feels, it feels like it's
boom,
boom, cha, boom, cha. And then my underdog is actually Sunderland over Spurs. I cannot believe Sunderland is an underdog against Spurs. So I'm just going to take that, and fuck you, Thomas Frank, and fuck you, Tottenham.
So let me get this straight. You're taking Arsenal to win the league and then Sunderland to beat Spurs. Not very Tottenham fan of you.
Who do you have winning the league?
City, but that's just statistic. That's based on statistics.
Interesting. Well,
Arsenal bottle it every single year.
Dude, Arsenal are number 1 in the league right now. There's no way they bottle it in the middle. There's no way they bottle. I can't believe how warped football Twitter has made our minds. That you and I are now arguing opposite sides to try and like get under each other's skins, to rage bait each other.
Wait, can we take a timeout and a side note between the three of us?
Yep.
Okay, viewers, if you're just pause or skip ahead like 30 seconds, this is just like internal.
Yeah.
I do think Arsenal's going to win the league. I'm just so scared of saying it out loud in the hopes that they break my heart again. So that's why I'm taking City. I do think they're going to win the league.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for. I didn't realize you actually thought that. Yeah, I think Manchester City's going to, but I think it'll be funny if I root for Arsenal all year just to make you feel bad about yourself.
I'm just so scared, Ethan.
I know. You're so scared of Arsenal bottling. You're so scared of Chelsea fans.
Yes.
Chelsea fans being mad at you.
No, I'm scared of you too. I'm scared of you too.
Why are you scared of me?
Because for years you've been calling me a bottler because of this. My own family my father called me a bottler because he's a Liverpool fan.
That's crazy. My dad wants me to be Michael Antonio. Your dad just wants you to not be a bottler. It's a tough life out here. Oh, and what does your dad want for you?
Yeah.
Stop wearing Julia Louis Dreyfuss masks around.
I think he just wants me to be happy and feel loved.
Well, you did pick him up from the airport, so that's fair. Yeah,
that's a good answer.
That's really awesome.
Time back in. Time back in. Okay.
Yeah.
So Arsenal's not winning the league. City are winning it. They're bottlers.
Yeah. Blue Moon. All right. We have some nice bets here. We'll have to see. It's actually a pretty good slate to start the new year. I felt like overall some good games. I feel like in every league and some consequential games. So that'll be fun. All right, let's move into our Footy 501.
Footy 501.
Thank you, Pucc. For those that are new here, which if you're new here at this point, that's a really awesome thing for us. For those who have been here, just bear with me for the explanation. This is essentially soccer knowledge darts. We are going to me and Pucc are going to go back and forth, taking guesses based on a certain category. We are trying to get it so that, say it's Premier League appearances, we're trying to get it under 180. As 180 is the max you get in darts. Our goal is it's 501, obviously. So the first one to get it to within 10 of 0. That was like a really convoluted explanation. There's someone who crashed their car trying to put together everything I just said in there.
Made sense to me, brother. Made sense to me.
All right, let's jump into it. Let's do the random wheel generator. One sec. Perfect. All right, so we have Prem goals, international goals, and Champions League goals that are still in contention. I'm going to spin this thing. Are we ready?
Yep.
And Owen will be the guy that we say our numbers, I guess, to. Prem goals. All right.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Me and Pucc got a rock, paper, scissors,
Right.
shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yes, I win. Fuck you, Pucc. All right. Premier League. Oh, I got to think. Ooh, Premier League goals. What do we think here? Give me Richarlison.
Bad.
You think so?
No, it's definitely under 180. It's probably under like 50. And
That's
he's been
fucked
in the league for like 20 years.
I already found it, bozo. 71.
I was very close.
All right, fine. What's yours then?
Mikel Antonio.
You think he has more than... Oh, my God. You're such a non-ball knower. It's crazy. Let me get this real quick. Mikel Antonio, Premier League goals. I forgot it's spelled differently. Yeah, Pucci's got 68, dude.
I'll take that.
All right. Oh, and you calculating this?
Yeah, you're at 430,
Okay.
433.
Okay. Give me Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, that's too much. Too many goals.
No way.
Too many goals.
Here's the thing. It's like, you got to, oh, he has 72. Fuck. I kind of thought he'd be like cheeky and have like a couple of crazy seasons, but I don't know why. All right.
350-80.
Yep. Pooch.
I got a good one here. Thierry Henry.
Really? That's not too many?
I don't think so. Oh, 75 Premier League goals.
Damn. All right. Good for him.
258.
Gotta get a good one here.
Puccino ball.
This might be a bad shot. Peter Crouch.
That's actually a great chat, I think.
Peter Crouch. Premier League goals. 108. All right.
Yeah. We'll take that.
That's solid. You're at 250. It's a tight one.
Okay. Gotta think of somebody probably has over 100. Played in the league a decent amount. I'm gonna go Jamie Vardy.
That's a very good shout, Pooch.
Jamie Vardy had 145 goals.
All right. I'm already locked and loaded on my next one when you guys are.
Vardy gets you 113.
Now that I have like a little bit of a scope, give me Heung-min Son.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He's got
Definitely over
127.
100. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can't do Kane, right? Like you can't do like a straight up
No, Kane. That I think Henri and maybe Salah are the most you could do. Like Shearer
Yes.
and Kane, I think, are above them, and maybe Rooney too. So,
Ethan, you're at 123. Pooch, you're at 113.
113. I'm gonna go. Oh, I got a cheeky one, but I think it's more than 113.
I think I have a winner.
I'm gonna go Aguero.
That is definitely more than 113. He's one of he's like top 5 Premier League goal scorers now.
Yeah, 184. I don't know what I should have went
You
with my
like,
initial.
what were you
I should have
doing?
went with the one I wanted to originally. F.
This
Okay,
one, Gabriel Jesus.
What are you at right now?
I don't know. What was I at? Oh,
You're at 123.
let's go. He has 77.
That's good. You're at 46 now.
That's where it gets tough, though.
I got one for like I already have one locked and
Yeah.
loaded for like the small number. I'm gonna go Nicholas Anelka.
Yeah, that's probably good. He probably didn't have like a crazy amount.
125. Oh, does that put me over? I
Yeah.
think I'm minus 12.
Yeah.
I think this is about to be a crazy one. John Terry.
Hey, that's not crazy. That's not crazy.
Let's see. John Terry. Terry, Premier League goals. 41. Oh
41.
my God. I am so good at ball.
Hey, E, if I get one on the money, 113.
Yeah, you're a winner.
Would you? Okay.
You're a winner. To be
I'm
fair,
gonna
though,
go-
you guess second. So this is your guess.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I got it within 3.
Yeah. I'm going to go the one that I initially thought. I think he's over. I think he played too many games, but I'm just going to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. I'm going to go Carlos Tevez.
Has to be exact.
84. I should have went with him when I thought Aguero. I don't know what I was thinking.
The
I
Aguero
would've
was a
won this.
ridiculous shout.
I know.
Ridiculous shout at that point.
I got congrats. First of all, congrats, Ethan.
Thank you.
On that dub.
Thank you.
I think I think it's you 2, me 1, and Jev 1 this year.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
In terms of the standings. But my thought process was I thought Tevez, because he played for City, United, West Ham, I thought he was going to have a ton more goals than 84. I thought, like, because he was in the league for like a decade and like maybe 12, 13, like he was, it feels like forever. So I was like, oh, he had to have like 130, 140 goals. And then I got too scared and I was like, Aguero.
Pooch.
And
That's all right, brother. Don't worry. You're good.
do you want to hear my cheeky shout for like if I got into like the 30, 40 range?
Yes.
I was going to say Michu.
I like the immediate type. Michu.
20.
Okay. That's it?
That
he really was a one hit. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. He had 20 Premier League goals in 52 appearances for Swansea. Yeah. Yeah, he like legitimately he scored. Yeah. So Michu, that was going to be my like that was like my
cheeky.
I know that was like my like I'm like it would have actually worked perfect if I picked Tevez and then Michu because I had 29 and then I could have picked Michu for 20 and next thing you know I'm at 9 I win.
Yeah.
Like
There we go. All right. Well, boys, this has been a short episode. First one, it's only been an hour and a half. We have another 30 minutes to talk about.
This is what the people want.
Owen just shook his head. He's terrified. He needs to make clips, man. Yeah, has anyone got anything else, or is that it? I think that's kind of it.
I mean, you guys didn't go out on like a 45-minute tangent on like who's going to play the 6 for the Serbian national team. So
we could.
Yeah,
we could.
That's kind of my fear. But great work for not doing that today yet, guys.
All right. Hey, good for us. Hey, new year, new us.
Yeah. I do have one quick question.
Yeah.
Ethan, it's January 1st. The January window is here. Give me one transfer that you would like to see made during the window. Could be for any team.
Is this realistic, or is this like just I'd like to see it happen?
Like, don't say like Messi to like Barcelona.
Yeah.
Or like Ronaldo to like PSG, but like
right.
Give me something that you think would be like an interesting one.
An interesting transfer. Oh, you really?
I mean, wasn't it going to be Brennan Johnson to Crystal Palace?
That was the one. That was the one that was actually. Yeah, I've been thinking about that for months now. So the fact that it actually happened, I kind of do this shit. Okay. All right, so here's mine. So Barca's obviously looking for a left center back. One player I'd really like them to look at is Mika Marmal. He was a La Masia kid that was on our bench for a couple of years. He ended up going to Las Palmas. He's only 5'11". He plays left back and center back. Pacey, obviously good on the ball. He has 6 months left on his contract. He's about to, in the summer, probably be, some of the bigger teams in Spain are looking at him. Some of the teams abroad are obviously poking around. Barca have been linked to Marcos Senesi from Bournemouth, who also is on 6 months, left-footed center back, the whole kind of thing, just as a stopgap until the summer. I just think Mika Marmal. We also have, if I'm not mistaken, we also have a 50% buy-on clause, I guess, or buy clause. So if any team comes to buy Mika Marmal, we take 50% of the profit, right? So it just kind of makes sense. It just feels like it's cheap. He knows what he's doing at Barca. Like, he'll be able to slot in easily. That being said, I don't know how great his defensive, like, we need a pure defender, and I don't know if that's necessarily his biggest strength, but if we're looking for bodies, it just feels like that makes sense. It'll be easy to register, won't break the bank, this and that. So for putting me on the spot, that would probably be my answer. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else out there that I'm like, oh, that would be a great move for somebody. Please. I'm gonna leave it at that, Pucc. I'm gonna fire that question back at you as I think a little bit.
I think I don't know if it would happen, maybe not, but Jean-Philippe Mateta to Man United.
Okay, explain that.
He basically plays in that system right now with Glasner's team, 5 in the back, like 2 wing backs, lone striker with 2 10s behind him. So he knows the system basically already at this point, and he right now is in the prime of his career, knocking in goals. What do United need? They need a consistent goal scorer. I think that would be an amazing move for United to go out and get a Jean-Philippe Mateta, especially if it seems like Glasner, Gahey are both leaving in the summer. Get your move now. I know that there's currently links with him to Italy instead, but I think United should be all over Jean-Philippe Mateta.
I like that. Could I even suggest Jean-Philippe Mateta to Roma? You guys need a striker.
I would love Jean-Philippe Mateta to Roma.
Feels like you just need a proven goal scorer. Okay, I like that. Oh, what do you got? You got anybody off the top of your head that maybe you'd want to see?
Nothing I can think about. I mean, speaking Spurs-centric, I feel like a lot of the transfers that I was hoping for have, in the last week or so, been squashed or crossed off the list. I feel like a position that I would really like us to get is a striker, someone to throw up top. And the names I've heard thrown around don't excite me at all, like a Marmouche or like an Ivan Toney. Don't really like get me going.
Yeah, Ivan Toney.
I forgot all about Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney to Roma. Imagine you get him over there. That could be cheeky. I agree with you though. And the other thing that's annoying about Tottenham is, like, we brought in Randall Koulibaly. Tell is about to get loaned out. You have Richarlison, who's actually one of the reports or some of the rumors is that Tell's about to be loaned out. That has been one of the biggest mismanagements ever. But
a flop.
I also don't know what Tell does. I don't know what he does.
Someone asked me what position Tell plays the other day, and he was like, how he works, and I literally kind of sat there for a little bit. I was like, I guess he's a striker.
Yeah, like he's like the most like prime example of like a left striker. Like, it's not a position that exists anymore. He's not a left wing. He's not a pure 9. He like needs to play like in that half space of a left striker where he still picks up the ball and can dribble a bit, but he's not like a pure winger because like that's not what he's doing. He just wants
So
to like,
you're
yeah,
so you're telling me he would do him and Mitrovic up top would be like the most elite partnership in the world.
probably.
Like
Exactly.
just a big body that holds up the ball and he could play off
Yes.
Mitrovic up top.
Honestly, I think so. I don't know. His whole thing, and it was the
So
same.
he should go to Saudi.
Oh, he should go to Saudi.
Mateus Tell to Saudi. You heard it here first.
He's Pucc like that one.
We're breaking transfer news here. We're not wrong, just early.
He's an interesting player just because like he is one of those profiles that at Bayern you watch the highlights and yeah, he scored some goals, but most of his highlights are him like, oh look, like he's in a great position, like good shot, good save. And it's like that's like all his highlights. It's like him cutting in and taking a good shot and the keeper saves it, or like it's just barely misses and you're like, wow, this guy's got potential. But that's all it is. And like then that's what he does in game. Like every now and then he gets the ball, he cuts inside, shoots, and it's just like either blocked by the defender or the goalie saves it, and you're like, oh, like I don't know, like I don't know what his ceiling is. You know what I mean? Like I guess like he's kind of a perfect like Hungmin's son was a little bit like where he's like a left winger, but like wants to always cut inside. Like he's not, his goal isn't to beat his man across it. His goal is to try and score. So it's kind of like that, but like without the pace, without the clinical finishing, without the ability to beat his man. He's just like, I don't know. I really don't know what he is.
Mateus Tell is about to have the most FIFA simulation career ever, where like every summer when the window opens, you're like,
Yes.
oh, Mateus Tell, 50 mil to Barcelona. The next summer, Mateus Tell, 50 mil to PSG. The following summer, 50 mil to Juventus. Like you're like, how does he keep getting
Right, he just keeps
every
getting
single
moves.
year? You're like never like, oh, I want to pick him up, but like every single time that window screen opens on FIFA, you're like, how does he keep getting these moves?
Yeah, I don't know. And I get it. Like, it was a good market opportunity, so you take it if you're Spurs. I just don't get, like, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm someone that, like, usually has an idea of, like, a player's best position. But I feel like players, like, it's almost kind of obvious, like, where they do best. And I just don't know what his best position is. Like, I don't know. And, like, Owen said it perfect. It's like, what is his position? Left striker. It's like, well, what does that mean? It's like, I guess you play him off the left and just tell him, like, what you really need is you need him to play off the left. You need him to play like Rafinha, honestly, where Rafinha's off the left, but he plays a very central role, finding himself in good positions. But you need a fullback like Alejandro Balde that holds the width and holds that, like Balde in the Barca attack becomes the left winger, right? Like he holds the width left. Pucc?
You keep mentioning that he would be perfect on Barcelona, and I know
No, I didn't say
Barcelona
he'd be
loves
perfect.
loves a good market opportunity. So a loan for Tell to be the backup to Rafinha and play with Balde.
He should go to Roma.
Nah, he should go to Barcelona. Our boys in blue and red would love him.
Bro, we got Rashford. We're good. We're good, Marcus Tell. We're good. We got Rashford. Pucc loves that meme.
I love that meme. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. Our next episode, maybe we'll all do a little bit of research and maybe come back with some exciting transfers. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll talk offline and we'll talk about some cool ways. If for the listeners, go on TikTok, go on Instagram, in the comments, let us know how you want to hear transfers. On top of that, please sharing. Just keep sharing our socials. Share the podcast. We don't care if someone is like, oh, I'm not really a soccer fan. Obviously, first be like, oh, well, this will be a good way for you to get into it. Secondly, be like transparently, like we're just trying to help this thing grow. All right. So our goal is to try and get to 100 followers right now. I know I usually joke like, oh, 100K. Let's be serious for a second. Our goal is to get to 100 followers. We just started January 1st. We have a nice little base of, I think, like 38 right now. I don't know. Let's see how we can grow. If you're coming here from TikTok or something, let us know that you've been listening to the podcast. That'd be super cool for us just to know. If you made it this far, I mean, this is our shortest episode, so I hope you made it this far. If you made it this far, let us know too. I think on Spotify you can leave comments, and I check those, so definitely do that. Yes, Pucci man.
I was gonna say, if we reach 100 followers by end of February, we will go head to head against one of our followers in Mystery 11 and Footy 501, our two biggest games on the podcast. And if they beat us, we'll give them $25 each. Me and Ethan.
Yeah, and Owen will too.
I'm very glad. Now, Pucc intentionally didn't include my name up there,
Why not?
which I appreciate. He knows, my current struggle, kind of my situation. As a matter of fact, I'll drop my Cash App.
Owen's posting every day like he's in the trenches, man. Every Instagram post is a hungry dog. And he's just trying to get that Elon money. He's just trying to get that Zuckerberg money. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, he's got the poor little O. Smelly Owen. That's what people started calling Owen on the side. Don't want to explain it. They start calling him Smelly Owen, which is just really sad. All right, we're getting off the rails here. Another great episode here with the fellas. First episode of 2026. Let's make it the best year yet. Yeah, Pucc, you got anything left for the fans?
Like, subscribe, share.
Boom. Owen, anything you want to say?
Subscribe, share, like.
And I'm just going to say class is permanent, form is temporary. We will see you guys next week. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the games. Peace.
Class is permanent, form is